Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. The early TA. Why is this going to be an early video? Because we are going to talk about some scenarios here that can play out, and one of which I do think is more likely than the others, and that is further upside. All right, so let's start off with that one. Let's cover what we need to see to, guess what, get that further upside and to prove that this was literally just the pullback that we were looking for, and then you were going to resume the uptrend. All right, now did I think we were probably going to get a deeper pullback? Yeah, I thought QQ was going to come down here at 362.95, or SPY was going to end up bouncing off of 431.85. As of right now, it does look like we got the SPY version of that. All right, we got the SPY break and retest, not the QQQ. I know there's a ton of arrows here. Let's just delete those arrows, all right? And let's just actually come down here to the 15-minute time frame. I'm going to point out today, guys, we did start off with a breakout from this falling wedge over here on QQ. And then what do we also have over here on SPY? You also had the same breakout from a falling wedge right there. All right, guys, so things were looking pretty good. All right, they were looking pretty good, and you actually could have drawn it this way. I think this is how I had it the other day, and you kind of just gapped up. And what I was looking at is if you did gap up, I thought it was likely that we were going to immediately run up here to 436 and test that. That is where you started stalling out the other day. You did not stop there. Yes, you started getting sellers there. You could see that with that 115-minute wick right there. But as you see, we flipped that, and you are now off to the races. Now, if you can break above 437.34, that is the scenario. That is our line in the sand here. That's our marker here that we're going to be getting this scenario, all right? Which it doesn't have to go exactly like that, but we should get some more upside after that. Why? Because if you break 437.34, you now have a daily uptrend. You will now have, let's just delete this line right here. Let's declutter this chart right here. All right, and we can even go ahead and go like that. Now we could just pay attention to this. All right, guess what? What do you have? You have a higher low, and then you're going to have a higher high over that previous high. What does that bring? A trend change. All right, guys, when you broke above 431.85, that is when you started the trend change, and then boom, you had a higher high over here compared to over here, and then boom, we were looking for that higher low. This pullback, guys, why was my thumbnail the other day bullish pullback? Why was that the wording, the text in that thumbnail? Because I am bullish on the pullback. I was bullish on this pullback before we even got up here to where then we were looking for the pullback. I was bullish once we passed 431.85. I was looking, all right here, we were looking for a little more upside, and then we're going to get cautious, and we're going to wait for that pullback, and we're going to remain bullish on that pullback. I still think this is the likely scenario. I think we are going to be pushing up here, and if you do break above here, I think you probably do not get sellers stepping in at 438.43 gap fill. I think we probably come right on up here to the 443 to 444 heavily traded zone. So that will be a supply zone. So I am expecting rejection up there, and that does happen to perfectly align with your trend line resistance. So what if we get this scenario right here? We come up here, and again, you need the confirmation that you are now in a daily uptrend with a break over 437.34. If you do get it, what if you run on up to resistance? There's nothing in between here and here. If you could break above 438.43 and you don't have sellers strongly stepping in there, then I do give it very solid odds that you run straight up to 443, 444, and then you get rejection there because supply zone. Until proven otherwise, we are going to expect rejection there, just like we were expecting rejection right here until we broke above it. But if you broke above it, we were damn bullish, right? We were bullish as heck down here because you broke above 425.43. That was your hourly double bottom down here. All right, right here, I'll show you guys just for any new members of the channel, guys. We did have, I know my lines are a little weird right there. All right, but you had that ugly double bottom going on this hourly time frame. Once you broke above there, that was your neckline. You could see right there, that was the top of your neckline, or the top of that pattern, so that's your neckline. All right, we could have gotten a break and retest. We would have just been bullish on this retest. We got bullish down here on this basing formation. You broke out, we got that confirmation. So that's pretty much the confirmation that I'm advocating for here over 437.34. If you do get there, then I think this scenario is very likely. I think this is the likely scenario in all honesty, all right? Maybe a lot of people aren't going to like that. Maybe it's, again, it's not going to be a common opinion here that this is going to be what happens, but this is Henry's opinion, all right? So what? And yes, I just spoke about myself for the third person, which is so weird, all right? But honestly, guys, charts look so bullish to me. They really do. We were bullish on the pullback, and now with this gap up, the gap and go, guys, is just extremely sexy. If we break this, we're going to have that, all right? Now in QQQ, let me just bring us back to us getting bearish, all right? Sellers, this was your chance. Why did we short right here? Why did we short right here? All right, guys, we nailed both of the golden pockets. The line in the sand held both of the previous shorts, but let me just point this out right now, all right? If we are going to run back up, you're going to break the 0.786. That's also going to come with a breakout of this bull flag. And then once you get a daily close over there, I can almost guarantee that's going to, no guarantees will be found here on the channel, but I can almost guarantee that is going to bring a wave of buyers in that were sitting on the sidelines waiting for this consolidation to play out, and boom, it would have played out. And then we are probably getting a very quick move to 380 to 390. Now, let me put this out there right now, okay? Right now, for all you Elliott Wave people, please, someone help me out. I understand it, okay? I understand wave theory. I'm not going to say I'm an expert at wave theory. I'm not going to say I'll put a lot of time and effort into wave theory. But what I have done is I have, in the past, gotten myself to a point where I can understand this whole, you have, you know, impulsive wave counts, and then you have your corrective wave counts. So let me just put this on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And if this is going to be like, if we have an impulsive wave series here, which I don't think this looks impulsive to me. I think this is kind of consolidation. This was the impulsive move to me. All right. But yeah, you would have your fifth wave right here. And then what do you have after that? You are going to get a corrective 3-wave move. Okay. So it would be something like that. Well, now let's just look at this. What if, all right, 1, 2, 3. What if that was the corrective sequence here, and we are now getting 1, 2. We're going to get the pullback. Maybe you break and retest, right? Or maybe, again, like it just went over, right? 437.34 on SPY. If you could break above, we probably are going to start this right away. All right? You have 1, you have 2, you have 3, you have 4, you have 5. All right? It's one of these things. That's what I realized today. It is literally going to be one of these. I don't know which one. I have absolutely no idea which one is going to end up playing out. You have the green path. You have the white path, which, you know, when I share these to Discord, I actually had these in opposite colors. Regardless, you have 2 different paths here. All right. One involves us probably coming down here. All right. And then we are going to either set an equivalent low, a slightly lower low, or you get, probably wrong terminology here, extended flat, irregular flat. Does that ring a bell to anyone? That's why I was saying, like, hey, if anybody does do this whole Elliott wave thing and, you know, you pride yourself in this, let me know if I'm thinking correctly here, because I'm pretty sure I am. You're either going to have a 3-wave count, or you're going to have your 5-wave count, and then you're going to have the opposite come after that. Guess what? All right. You just had this massive impulsive move here. I think it's pretty safe to say that this was the impulsive move right there. And then this is the corrective move. So I think this white path right here, I think this is likely. All right, I do. But worst case scenario, guys, we're going to make one more low. All right, we're going to make one more low. We're going to come down. Maybe it's a slightly lower low. Maybe you wick off of this bottom trend line here in this consolidation. Bull flag still holds. But regardless, guys, I think this is it. I think these are the 2 scenarios we're playing with. I think this whole big move down, I think what I realized this morning is that's probably not going to happen. We don't have the structure for that. All right. Like, aside from Elliott wave, guys, I've been pointing this out for, you know, since we're down here, guys, since we're up here, I was pointing out the structure. All right. And then we were bullish on this pullback, and then we rode the breakout. And now on this pullback, we're saying we're also bullish on it. Why? Because you have the bullish structure, right? We're just going to follow things as we go. We'll play it level by level. All right, right now, level by level is telling me over 437.34, you know, 443 to 444 is likely. Now, we still can pull back. Today's move could have been a complete bull trap, and I'll just be looking for that pullback, guys. I will double down on my longs. I'm going to be straight up 11-17 expiration, guys. Now, I'm satisfied. If SPY was to take off right now, I want to get into some QQQ, all right? But, you know, if things do decide to take off, All right. I was adding SPY this morning. Why? Because I think SPY is going to be close to that confirmation point. So that was my thinking there. But like realistically, guys, all right, I'll be happy if this thing takes off, but I'll be way more happy if we get that deeper pullback. I don't think SPY is going to 410 like a lot of people think. All right. I think what I just outlined here is I think we have two scenarios here. And one is we slightly undercut that low. We get the fifth wave there. We slightly undercut that low. Maybe it's a decent undercut there. Maybe we do visit 410. I don't know. But then I think you get one sick, nasty rally. Or we're about to get the sick, nasty rally, and all you got to wait for is a break of 437.34. All right, guys. So that's really what I got rocking with you guys today, or rocking for you guys today. I'll just end the video over here on Mr. VIX. Actually, we got to talk about DIA before we talk about Mr. VIX. DIA broke out from the inverse head and shoulders formation that we talked about in the hourly time frame over here. You have this neckline, so it would not surprise me to see a pullback to that neckline, and then we're going to run back up. Now, you don't have anything until you run back up to 445. It's a big zone here. I can't deny it, right? 443-ish to 446-ish, actually. That is where you originally broke down over here. Look, this was your battle, and then boom, you just, waterfall style sold off. Guess what, guys? We were bullish when this RSI was in 30. People can hate on the RSI all you want. All right, you hate on my TA all you want. Guess what? The TA is so simple that it works so freaking well. All right, and it's not simple because I'm a noob in the market. It's simple because I'm a realist, and I've been in the market for 2 to 3 years now at this point. And guess what? All right, like you can overcomplicate the crap out of your charts and stuff like that, but I have found what works here, and it's the definition of insanity to keep doing something over and over again and getting the same results. So if you're doing something over and over again and it's not working, you are, by definition, the definition of insanity. I'm not calling any of the viewers insane or anything. I'm just letting you know right now, I will not be partaking in the definition of insanity. I have found what works, and let's just do the opposite of that definition of insanity, okay? So definition of insanity, you're doing the same thing over and over again, and it's not working, you're being insane. Well, we can do the same thing over and over again here on this channel, and it does work. Are we the opposite of insane? Are we completely sane here on this channel? I think we're a little crazy here on this channel. Don't get me twisted, but I think we're we're in the realm of saneness over here. I think we're pretty logical here on this channel. All right, but Mr. VIX, so that is what I left you guys off with in Saturday's weekly update, and I discussed my scenarios. I thought we were either going to start pushing up off of SPY 431.85, just like, we just went over there, all right, which I didn't think was the likely scenario. I thought we were going to, have VIX spike up a little more. I thought QQ was going to come down and find 362.95, and the line in the sand for the bulls was going to be over here on QQQ. We're talking, what was it, 357? Yeah, 357. SPY, it is right around our 425.43 breakout level from the hourly ugly double bottom that we went over earlier in the video. All right, which let me just show you guys right there. Boom, boom, boom. All right, guess what? If you did pull back, it would have been picture perfect. You would have had a break and retest. You did not. All right, you were just off to the races. That's strength. All right, but like, guess what? That retest of this 425.43 level, that aligns perfectly with their golden pocket. So that is really the line to sail over here for the bulls. I would not be adding under 425.43. I would make that the last add, and then you can decide to manage your risk over at 424 if you break that, because you're probably coming all the way down here. And then I would be taking my shot again at longs. That's just how I would be going about this. All right. I'm not saying to do anything with your own money. Just know that is what I think is logical. All right, just keep trying yourself. We have a bullish setup, in my opinion. I would keep trying the long side. All right, and I pretty much just gave you a game plan to go about it. All right, like you make the last add right here at 425.43. All right, you manage your risk under 0.786 fib, under 424. Break, you cut because you're probably coming all the way back down to 420, and then you start looking for basing formation, just like we saw over here with this ugly double bottom, guys. Do we start looking for the same exact thing? That's what I was just getting at with the definition of insanity and how we're not insane here on this channel. We're going to keep doing the things that we have seen that just work time and time again. I'll just give you it's so simple, all right? But I'll just, give you a little reminder here. I know I already did earlier in the video, but let me just show you how simple this strategy worked out twice, all right? Line in the sand, 0.786 fib. Line in the sand, 0.786. Both the past move downs, guys. We caught them here on the channel. Why? Because we knew that was the line in the sand. If sellers were going to step in, that was where they were going to step in. All right, which means we could make the best risk-to-reward ratio trade possible. And we did, which is why we are not taking that approach right now. All right. And keep in mind, QQQ, just like we have that line in the sand over here on SPY, if you break 437.34, QQQ's line in the sand was right here. All right, guys. Literally. Oh, keep in mind, guys. All right. We also took this short. All right. So, like, not only did we nail it. Never mind. That was stupid. All right. That was stupid. I don't know why I thought there was a third short. We didn't hit a third short. All right. There were only 2 legs down. I'm bugging. Well, there was this original leg down, and we got bearish under here, but I can't say I played all this. I remember that. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Regardless, guys, that's it. That's what I got for you guys. All right. VIX was either going to spike up, come up, and find probably resistance over here at 2005. The one scenario that I would have been completely bearish on the indices if VIX were to gap above here, come down, retest, find buyers here off 2005, and then you were to go out and take out that high, that is where I think, yeah, maybe we get that super lower low, not super lower low, but maybe we do get 410, 415. All right. But guess what? We didn't get that. All right. So, we knew it was likely. You got your RSI spiking up here to 65. We knew it was likely that you were going to end up, finding sellers up here on Mr. VIX. And if anybody thinks you can't do TA in Mr. VIX, just, pay attention to these videos and I will show you how to do TA in Mr. VIX. We've done an excellent job over here on Mr. VIX. Excellent. Keep in mind, guys, what was this? Retest of this broken trend line. What was this? Retest of this broken trend line. If we spike the key up again, we're going to get a third retest. You're probably going to get the rejection if you got it the past 2 times. What would that also bring? Bearish divergence, triple bearish divergence over here on the RSI. I'm again, no guarantees will be found on this channel, but if we were to get what I just explained with the spike and then you sell off that spike, it probably would have put in a bearish divergence here. And then we know we're probably getting a big rally over there on SPY. All right, guys, with that being said, you know what to pay attention to, and I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.